why your dog might have back pain in the first place, how to assess for it if that's something you want to check for at home, and what you can do to help manage it, and also a few things to help protect against it in the future. So first of all, why dogs get back pain. So there are three main primary reasons why dogs experience back pain, and those are that they may have a disc that's bulging or putting pressure on their spinal cord, firstly. You may also find back pain from dogs that have conditions like arthritis or bony conditions affecting the wee vertebrae or the wee backbones in their spine. And lastly, we get episodes of muscular back pain in dogs that have tweaked their back, maybe from turning awkwardly or injuring themselves during exercise or taking part in an activity like agility. But as well as these three primary reasons for back pain, we see a lot of secondary back pain because any condition which affects a dog's mobility and causes them to weight bear unevenly will put a wee bit more pressure through their back. So even in dogs that don't have anything wrong with their spine itself can experience back pain just through weight bearing awkwardly through compensations as a result of conditions that affect their limbs. So recovery from surgery, from injury like cruciate rupture, and also from arthritis. So it would be something we find on a regular basis. If you find back pain for the first time, it's really important to get that checked at the vet just to make sure that there isn't any underlying condition. But once those things have been ruled out, it's something we can help manage with physio techniques and with some of the improvements that we'll show today that you can help to use to manage them at home. So firstly, I'll show you how I would assess a dog's back and check for back pain using Izzy as our demonstrator, who's facing the wrong way today, aren't you? Gonna come in this way? Good girl. And around this way? Good girl, good girl. That's it, well done. So we use a wee bit of pressure and work our way down the spine, and what we're assessing for both her behavioural response at the front, so we would look and see if she's reacting or is stiffening up, becoming tense, or showing any calming signals like yawning or licking her lips. And we would also look to see whether her back is reacting under her fingertips. So a spacing between your fingers of 1 inch or so. And you would feel for the wee bony vertebral column that runs down her back. And we would start up at the top and just start to apply a wee bit of gentle pressure and see whether there's any reaction there. Now this would normally be something that the vet or the physio would carry out, but if you're quite used to checking and massaging your dog at home, just gently feeling there to make sure they're comfortable is a nice way just to know that there aren't any new problems to find. So we always check to see whether anything's repeatable. I'm going to repeat that a couple of times. So as he seems nice and comfortable today, so I'm applying a wee bit of gentle pressure either side, looking for both any reactions from her and also be any signs of twitching or spasm in the muscle or tension under my fingers. So that feels really good there today. So her back's nice and comfortable, which is really good news. So a few simple techniques that you can start to use to help manage back pain if you do feel they're a wee bit tight or you've noticed a wee bit of mild spasm and you've ruled out any other issues by checking that with the vet or the physio. We would firstly say that dogs with back pain, usually if it's muscular back pain because of a secondary issue, respond really nicely to application of heat. So we microwavable heat pad, just making sure it's comfortable for you to touch, not too hot, but applied over their back in the areas that they commonly get issues. So quite often dogs will be tense just around their wee thoracic spine, so between their shoulder blades and back. So you may want to use a wee heat pack up here, or quite often we'll find discomfort in the lumbar spine, so down here and just behind her rib cage. Those are nice areas to use to apply heat, and you would normally do that for about 5 to 15 minutes before you massage those areas, because heat increases tissue elasticity, so it makes massaging the area easier and the dog will respond better to the massage techniques. Did you hear the word massage? I think you'd go for a wander. Right, come back this way. That's it. Good stuff. There we go. Right. That's it. Well done. So just as we showed in one of the other demonstration videos, once you've applied your heat, a wee bit of massage technique works really nicely just to ease off any muscle spasm and the dog should really enjoy that. So we always start with some nice, gentle, long strokes. Hello, is that quite nice? Oh yes, that's quite nice. And then I'd use my hand in a nail shape, start up at the top of her back and just start to apply a wee bit of compress and release technique. So just a wee bit of pressure on with her wee spine there that I can feel just in the middle of the fleshy part between my thumb and forefinger. So a wee bit of pressure on and release off. It's a good girl. Really. And we'll work really slowly down her back. There we go. Well done. And you would maybe spend between, again, 5 and 15 minutes just applying some massage down through pressure into those muscle groups and easing off. Good girl. And all the time looking just to make sure she's comfortable enough and that you're not getting any signs of reaction. So no lip-lipping, yawning, vocalisation, turning around sharply. Those are the things that you would look out for just to make sure it's not uncomfortable. Good. You might remember in one of our previous videos we showed you how to do baited stretches, and these are a really useful way to stretch off the neck and the back and help dogs with back pain to loosen off any tight muscles. Start with the neck area and one of their favourite treats, bringing their neck round to the left, then the right, then up, then down towards the chest, holding at each point for a few seconds and allowing them to nibble on the treat. Once you've stretched the neck, generally 3 times in each direction, you'd bring the biscuits round towards the elbows to start to stretch off the back. Again, holding for a few seconds at this point before advancing to stretch and bring the biscuits round to the base of the rib cage. This facilitates a lovely stretch down the opposite side of the neck and back. And then if the patient's capable, round towards the hips and holding here for a few seconds. It's really important not to strictly rest dogs with back pain, but take them for some really gentle, controlled exercise using a harness and leash, even just for a few minutes initially to loosen off the muscles of the back, otherwise you risk them going into spasm. Exercise which eases off back spasm nicely include weaves at a nice slow gentle pace, which can be done at home, or figure of 8 exercises if the patient is capable, and we showed you some demonstrations of these earlier with Izzy weaving in a figure of 8. Once dogs have had an episode of back pain, they may well be prone to repeat episodes. Preventing back pain in as much as you can do at home involves keeping the back supple with regular massage and stretches, and keeping exercise consistent, avoiding overdoing it one day and then strictly resting the next. Also during exercise, keeping everything nice and low impact and avoiding sharp twists and turns should help. Exercises you can do at home include strengthening the core as this supports the back. Examples of these include sit to stand exercises, rhythmical stabilisations, 3-legged stands, and high 5 exercises, as all of these ask the patient to balance in some way. There are lots of therapies we also use in the clinic to help manage back pain, including electrotherapy like pulse magnetic therapy and laser, acupuncture and hydrotherapy to help strengthen the core and loosen off any tight muscles in the back. If you're participating in a home exercise program, just remember to check with the vet or the physio first, just to make sure your dog's comfortable enough and doesn't have any underlying issues. I hope that's been helpful, and any comments please leave them below. Thank you.